Hi, I'm Torben Jansen from thoughtsonjava.org with a new Hibernate Tip video. In this video, I will answer a question about the mapping of many-to-many association that contain additional attributes. But before we start, if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to create your entity mappings with ease, build incredible efficient persistence layers with Hibernate, and all types of other Java persistence-related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. I got several questions like this one by Kam about the mapping of a many-to-many association that contains additional attributes. So it's about time to answer them in a Hibernate Tip video. Modeling a many-to-many association in your table model requires an association table that references the primary keys of the associated records. If you want to store any additional information for this relationship, you can do that by adding columns to the association table. You can see an example of such a relationship in the following diagram. You can publish a book in different formats like ebook, paperback, and hardcover. Each format can be published by a different publisher. That's why the format is stored in the format column of the book publisher table. Let's take a look at it in the IDE. With JPA and Hibernate, the most popular approach maps a many-to-many association to an attribute of type JavaUtilSet. That mapping hides the association table and makes the association very easy to use. But it also makes it impossible to map any additional columns that are part of the association table. You can only map these columns by using a domain model that's closer to the actual table model. You need to model the book publisher table as an entity with two many-to-one relationships to the book and publisher entities. The most interesting part of this mapping is the mapping of the composite primary key. It consists of the IDs of the associated book and publisher entities. You can map that with an embeddable that represents the primary key and two maps ID annotations. The annotations tell Hibernate to which attribute of the embeddable it shall assign the primary key value of the associated entity. The implementation of the embeddable is pretty simple. It needs to implement the serializable interface and the attributes book ID and publisher ID. And if you want to map them as bidirectional associations, you need to model the referencing side of the association on the book and publisher entity. That's all you need to do to map a many-to-many association with additional attributes. You can then use the two many-to-one associations in the same way as any other many-to-one association. Okay. That's it for today. If you want to learn more about Hibernate, you should join the free Thoughts on Java library. It gives you free access to a lot of member-only content, like an ebook about the Java 8 support in Hibernate, a printable PDF version of this Hibernate tip, lots of cheat sheets, and a video course. I'll add the link to it to the video description. See you next week for a new Hibernate tip, and if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Bye!